6:32 p.m. and we will call our meeting of March 15th to order. Good afternoon. We have a very light agenda this afternoon. We have one project to review, and that is for the Morrison subdivision. We have a representative from Marks Engineering who will talk about it a little bit, and then we have our minutes to approve, and I think that's it for tonight. So good afternoon. This is a conservation board. We are the entity that supports the planning board. We do not make decisions, but we provide feedback and comments to support planning decisions with regards to the approval of applications for subdivisions or construction or events in the city of Victor. So I am the chair of the board. Right now we have Tim Norman who's present and Pat Coleman. Two other members are not available tonight. And we have Ed who represents the town of Victor. Welcome. So do you want to take the table and share with us what's happening with the subdivision?
Yeah, sure. Yep. Give a brief summary of what's going on. So we submitted last week for minor subdivision. I believe we're going on April 12th for planning board meeting. And the proposal is to subdivide the existing plus or minus 6 acre parcel into 2 lots, as you can see on the screen there. The property is about 800 feet west of Bryce Road on Bryce Road intersection on County Road 41. And it's located in the R2 zoning district. Site development will include just 2 single-family residences, driveway connection at County Road 41, water service from the main, private on-site wastewater treatment system. Yeah, that's really about it. I don't anything else to say. It's kind of a minor subdivision. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not sure if I miss this detail. Will you be doing the actual construction for these 2 plots, or the subdivision is to be built by someone else? They build the homes.
Like me personally, I'm just the engineer. No, I'm with Mark's
I'm talking about in the application. The subdivision is to the application to subdivide the parcel lot into 2 lots for 2 residential homes, and it gives all the information. Are you going to be, is the construction of the homes part of the application? Because I think I missed that. I wasn't sure if it was just
oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're doing it's minor subdivision and site plan application. We're going for both.
Okay.
And there was somewhere in here a topographical photo. It looked to be mostly, grassland or maybe a former hayfield or something.
Yeah, former hayfield. There is woods on the west side boundary and south side boundary. We'll be disturbing a little bit into the wood line on the west side for the lot 1 house. But yeah, the field, it was an old hay field.
Pat, do you have any?
I was just gonna say, it looked like there's no water to kind of, I think what Tim was getting at, no really water, whatever creeks, ponds, etc. on the property. So it looks pretty standard, I guess, pretty clean. It looks like there might be a little bit of a steep slope on where that home will sit, which I guess would be on the, I'm just trying to get my geography right. You said is this north or south of 41?
This is south side.
South, cool. So it looked like that would be the west side then. Just looked like a pretty steep slope, but obviously we're just concerned with wherever water would drain coming off that house. But doesn't sound like there's any water on the property, so hopefully shouldn't be an issue. But looks to be pretty straightforward overall. So not really any other comments on my perspective, Keith.
So for a minor subdivision, I'm just blanking on it. Do they require a conservation easement or in set aside or no?
No, I don't think for the minor one is required.
Okay. I thought so, but I don't trust my memory these days. Okay, and then, yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't have a ton of questions. I mean, obviously, as the conservation board, we prefer to limit disturbing. Clearly, you're building homes, so there's some disturbance, but saving as many trees as possible, water, as Pat mentioned, which doesn't look like there's any on the land, but possibly draining. But other than that, I kind of don't have a lot to add.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say to that is I mentioned we'll be taking a couple trees down with the disturbance, but client intends to keep that border there just to screen from the other property. So we'll try to keep as many trees as we can.
Right.
Is there any? Oops, I'm sorry.
You go ahead, Pat. You go ahead.
I was just going to ask, any sense of when the client would like to start on this project?
That I'm not sure. Probably once we get through everything, maybe middle of summer. I'm not exactly sure.
Sure. Okay. No worries. Sorry, Keith. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, even though it's not a requirement, do you know if the client is thinking about replacing any of the trees or even any kind of shrubs to repopulate some level of greenery?
I don't know about trees, but the house itself will have landscaping around it. I can't speak for him. I'm not sure if he's planting on trees.
Just a side question. I mean, it looked like a pretty straightforward plan. I mean, the fact that it's just one lot split into two and they're sizable lots. It's not like a 1 acre. It's like a average three acres per lot. So it's a sizable piece of land, and the house is set way back from the main road, so there's no major disruption. I think lower down on the slope, as like you said, the topography shows that the house seems to be placed at the highest point, and everything else is downhill. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any major disruption to traffic or anything like that. So I at least at this stage, I don't see any major issues.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a busy road. There's a lot of development going on there this summer.
Right. Well, I think that's what I like, because the fact that it's actually recessed, so they wouldn't have like a lot of construction because down at the front kind of thing. There's enough space to take everything off the road, so it's not a disruption. So
right.
All right. Cool. Do you have any questions for us?
Nope. I think I'm all set.
Okay, so just so that you know, based on this conversation, our response would be that we don't see any major concerns. There was a question on when you think it might start, given the fact that there's an awareness that there'll be a higher volume of activity during the warmer weathers, but there's no response to that. So it's just note to self that precautions are taken to be mindful of the activity so you don't add any disruption to the traffic in that area. Other than that, I don't think we have any major concerns to present to the planning board at this time. So thank you for coming and doing the presentation. So
Great. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Good night.
Okay. Bye for now. Okay, so the other thing in our agenda is the approval of minutes. Now there's 3 of us. I think we have a quorum.
But
Right.
Pat wasn't there.
I was just gonna
Who?
say, I think we do, but I wasn't there, so I don't know if I can
Oh,
vote, so,
okay. So we'll have to.
sorry,
put it
guys.
off. Your
Yeah.
fault.
I know.
We'll have to put off the approval until next week then, because we need at least a quorum of people who are present to vote on it. All right. And do you have anything to share with us?
Not a whole lot. We had a town board meeting yesterday morning, which is just to pay bills, because unfortunately we had a few town board members out of town. So we did it via Zoom. And our next town board meeting will be fairly large then, because again, we only addressed payment of bills. And I imagine that it'll be a pretty full agenda for the next meeting. So other than that, no. The one question I had, I don't know if you guys would address it, probably the planning board would, as you're looking at this particular project, 2 more curb cuts on Mountain Hill Road. You know, that's the way he's designed it. And that's okay. But, you know, we're trying to get to some level of access management, and the planning board may suggest that he try to incorporate, you know, 1 entrance or 1 exit, but we'll see what happens with that as the project moves forward. But no, good job, as always.
Thank you. Well, you have a good team there, so.
Yeah.
All right. All right. If there's nothing else, I don't have anything. I know we got copies of the Victor newspaper. Did you guys see that?
The Victor Voice.
Victor Voice. Or did I read an old email?
I don't think there's been a recent edition. I think there was the fall winter one, but they might be asking for submissions. And I'm fairly certain it's Keith's turn.
Really? Oh my
Andrew
goodness.
as well.
We are currently
Andrew's
working
gonna
on the
spearhead it.
spring-summer issue. So if you were going to submit something, because you're past due, you'd have to do it like right
Quick.
away. Yeah,
No way.
So-
I am nowhere prepared to do.
Okay. all right. The next one will be August. So start thinking. And so I'll probably be asking soon for the August one, but
I have to make note to self.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe just before we adjourn, if you could stick around after we're adjourned, I just had a couple questions that
Sure.
and some of the other board members may as well, just
Okay,
for
yeah, no
our
problem.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Can I have a motion to end the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All right. All in favor?
I
Anybody object? Any objection? No, anybody abstain?